Test high. Rin Tosaka. Sunder time.
師匠、お呼びでござるか？もしや任務でござるか？
Test. Hold on. Hold. The mic is a little bit
Hi Raf
short.
Vedal Wave.
Hold on. Let's see. Filters. Oh. Add a tiny bit more gain. Okay, that seems a little, maybe still a little short. Add a little more gain. 7. How are you doing? Let's see if we can get 2 games in. I think we can do that. Yeah. All right, let's go. How are you guys doing? Looking forward to the weekend. All right, Master 1 and Master 3. It's a normal hand.
Reach.
On, I guess. Good. White Dragon. 交谈沦为平淡，愚蠢，等不到你的晚安。
It's Saturday morning and I'm still lying in bed equals.
That's fine. That's what the weekend should be about, right? What about cheap boy? No. The hand could actually finish.
Don です。リーチ、ピンフ、タンヤオ、ドラ。
Oh, I have a question. Like think back to let's say primary school, right? Let's say you're in like grade 4 or grade 5 or whatnot. Do you have any friends that are like 2 grades below you? Let's say like you're in grade 4, do you have any friends that are in grade 2? Or like if you're grade 5, do you have any friends that are like
ポン
Or any friends are even like lower grade than that.
ポン
I did, but they were neighbors and I skipped a grade, so it wasn't quite the same gap as you're depicting.
I see. Well, the thing is, like my daughter, she's in grade 4,
リーチにゃ
and one of her pretty good friend, I would say, is in grade 2, and she's going to that birthday party. And I was like, we were like a bit perplexed, I would say.
あれれこの範囲捨てちゃダメでした
Because like when I was in grade 5, I would say that I didn't know anybody in grade 3. I didn't even know who their teacher was. So yeah. Or like where they are located or anything of that sort. Like it kind of like in my world, like they didn't really exist, kind of thing. Like if it was one grade down or one grade up, then yeah, okay. Like it's kind of still similar age group, you can play with them, but like
流局間近ですね
but they're like 2 or 3 years younger than you. And it's like that's a bit
Toki on Joji. Better luck next time, Oi Saj.
oof. Mm.
脳天
Wow, this con. Like my daughter do make friends. It's just like there's always like if you keep comparing with other people, then like you will never be happier. So um and she's also a bit like Asian smart or Chinese smart, like
カン
like just like me, like I didn't like I almost never need to study or anything like that. It's just like things come really like pretty naturally. She doesn't have to try very hard or anything. Which was kind of how I was, and then my wife was the issue is my wife actually tried, and she's like she's one of those like that make the news like for getting like 99.9 something, that kind of thing. Like so yeah.
Lol, I can't relate. I was pretty dumb until I became an adult.
ち
No, for me, it's like I don't put any effort. Like I just like pretty early on, I immediately knew that it's like there's no point.
ち
Like I would rather take like some fun subjects and whatnot. Shit. That's why I had I did a major on astronomy and astrophysics, which was like so much fun. Like my main major was computer science, so which is all right, but like once it gets to like the higher level, then it gets like really tough, which I didn't like. Like I didn't want to be I wasn't so nerdy, so I wish.
究極間近ですね。
Yeah, that's fair. I take maths because
No.
it's fun, but it's hard to talk about careers with uncertainty.
Like for me at that time, like because I was always a computer person since I was like 5 or 6, so the major was completely straightforward. I never hesitated on that part. But the thing is, my programming sucks, so I had trouble doing that. But like I was able to do like algorithms and stuff like that, but like my programming just sucked. Because I'm overall a pretty disorganized person. Like I would write like spaghetti code. So like if the class is on like neural networks or some like algorithmic thing that has to do with math, then I could do pretty well on that. But my programming just sucked. Which is like a major part of most computer science classes, so I avoided that as much as possible. And obviously, like astronomy, like you get to go to like it's an observatory, but like it's I never went to the main one. It's it's just one that's like on top of like a university building, which is like in the middle of downtown. So it's like the like it's not very accurate because like it's not in a very good place, but
Yeah, I don't particularly like programming as well, but it's a part of my degree. I do like that I program in Pythonic languages.
well, what I had to do was in Java. Like it was back then, and Java is clunky and fun. Like Python wasn't a thing back then. Back then it was a very rigid, object-oriented program. Which really didn't help. Like if it's a little bit less rigid, I would imagine my spaghetti code would do a little better.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I think I did stuff in Java and Scala. They are really finicky.
Mhm. I think I paused.
ポン ポン
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Three months. Like back to my childhood, like it was a lot of fun. However, I also like recognize like a lot of missed opportunities because of just where what the access to the degree of education. Like at that time, like our family wasn't was pretty poor, so like we just went to like a pretty like lower level school, so I didn't really get because I was a prodigy back then. But yeah, when I was young, the could have been a lot, but I don't think it mattered that much either. I still remember, like for example, like when I was like 5 or 6.
I think my school could have done more for me when I was younger.
Well, my school was kind of like the like somewhat towards the minimum, actually. What did I do? Why I say that is that I remember like my grandfather he got some connections, so like I was able to enter in one of the exams for one of the better schools, primary schools. And I remember just sitting there looking at the questions. I didn't understand any of them. Like it might as well have been written in Alien. I didn't understand like any part of it. I think I left it blank. I think I have. Like apparently like it was really tough for me to even like be able to enter the exam. That like there were no like I didn't get any preparation or anything. If I got preparation, I would have done so well on it. But I was just staring at it. I remember like just looking at it. It's like, what the hell is this?
Lol, I remember feeling the same.
Like I think like a lot of people like do feel this way, but like no, like few people actually have this concrete have it this concretely. I would. Like because both my grandfathers like they passed pretty early. Like one of my grandfathers passed when I was like 3.5 or so. I was also like a tiny bit like autistic a little bit. Like just back then like it was the theory wasn't well known and I just didn't react to anybody. And then like the story was like they found that like I didn't respond to like sounds or talking or anything like that. And then like they told my grandfather that, oh, okay, maybe your child has some problem, right? And then he was like, I don't remember this because he passed away when I was like maybe 3.5 or so. I don't remember this, right? But the story was he was so pissed, so that like he tried to teach me some of what he know, which was he was a gambler, so he taught me what he knows, and I still have like
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't really discover it until way later on. I just believed that I was a bit abnormal.
like he taught me a bit math or a little bit of like how to play like Go, and I was able to learn that when I was like 3.5. And then like also my other grandfather, he passed away when I was like maybe like 6 or 7. I used to at that time he like he would go to like you know how you like buy and sell stocks, but at that time there was no internet, right? So there's you have to go to an actual place to actually like there's like a old computer there that like you have to like use specific code and type in things so that you can buy and sell. So you like you people would like line up at this place, right? And then like the computer is obviously like a maybe like a 386 or whatever. It's like it looks like a DOS thing. So like you're like typing like numbers and code and onto like basically the idea is to like sell or buy stocks. You check the you check the price, and then you can decide on what you do about it. And he used to ask me for my opinion, and I give him my opinion on these things. Like back then when I was like maybe like 5 or 6, that was when I like I know how to play mahjong, right? And I also know how to play Go. I know how to play all kinds of board, like common board games. And I have a really good feel with numbers, like even though like without any like direct training or anything like that, or anyone noticing. But overall, I really don't take it that seriously, so it wouldn't have. I don't think it would have materialized too much either. Like for example,
Dang, that's neat. I just started at a computer for 12 hours playing skill-based game.
I remember back then my mom bought me a laptop so that I could play SimCity 2000. Because my dad was a businessman, like obviously at the beginning it was tough, but then he got a bit more successful in it and made quite a bit of money from the business. But he was away for a lot of the time, and my mom was a head nurse, so she was moving up in the system and doing quite well. So overall, like the family got better as time went on. Because like Hong Kong, like at that time, like a lot of people, like the real estate when like skyrocketed like really high. Like at that time there was like a everyone believed and really worked hard and achieved a lot of greatness back then. Whether it's culture or financially or whatnot. Until it went back to China in 1997, and then it went to shit. And that's why we immigrated to Canada. Like back in 1994, we decided it was not worth staying. Well, even though at that time we were much more financially stable, we could have as a family we could have bought a really nice place in Hong Kong, but like at that time we didn't feel it was a more like a like there was no confidence in the in the China takeover. I remember back then I was playing a lot of like for example Romance of the Three Kingdoms, those games, and also there was a really classic like a turn-based strategy game out of that. It is in like one of the best games, an instant classic, one of the best games ever. I might actually like one day want to play that again. Oh, okay.
Boom.
Rishi.
リーチ
Come. Because like when I was young, right? Like my uncle
Chi.
who passed away. Okay, he passed away because like he kind of like he's really carefree as well, and he just like never didn't take care of his own health. But like back then, my uncle was the owner of a video game store. So I was the person out of the friend group that always had the latest games, so that all my friends would all come to my place to play.
ロン リーチドラ2ドラ
There.
マンガン
So for me, I've since childhood have always have played a lot of video games of all kinds. Like I'm basically the encyclopedia of Japanese Super Nintendo games, kind of thing.
Lol, I think my friends back then didn't really come for me. My dad just hosted house games in Mahjong.
Okay. Then yeah, then like if that was to happen, I would have played as a 6-year-old and start winning money that way. That was what I did when like attending weddings and stuff like that. People would play and I would play, and I would be winning money for like the Dragon Ball Z cards, for example, or like snacks or whatnot. And actually, I ate so much snack that I had a like really serious case of a sore throat.
Lol.
Like I just had too much fried like chips and stuff like that. That like it was really serious. I actually had to take needles for my sore throat. Because no one told me I can't eat that many chips. Like when I was young, I get sick all the time. What do I do? Guess that's the safest. Out of the line. So the thing that what they did was when I was young, I had a lot of like shark fin soup, for example, and like bird's nests. Things that are expensive, but like quote unquote not that not I don't think it's that nutritious, but like it I guess at the end it helps somehow, but I think I just it is fruit 10, but yeah. Choice. Like I was never like in the hospital or anything like that, but like I just got sick a lot when I was young, and then eventually I guess my immune system got so much better I almost never get sick. So
リーチ
どうで
and
す
at that time it was my grandmother that took care of me.
白ドラに
Like both my grandmothers are great.
天下無双にゃ
Okay, I'll be right back. Let's have an ad break. I'll talk about my grandmothers afterwards then. All right, let's go. All right. So for whoever is still here, gotta talk about my family, which is actually incredibly.
どこから味わおう
So okay, let's start from my mother's side. That is actually the simpler one. So the first thing is my mother's side have extreme Asian genes. Like everyone looks a lot younger than they should be. Like for example, my aunt, like who's in her 60s. I think she still looks somewhat the same as like 30, 40 years ago when I first met her. She still looks kind of the same right now. Like I remember like the first time I met her was like when I was like 4 or 5, and she still kind of looks the same right now, actually, which was like 40 years ago. So everyone looks young. Like my grandma who passed away like 10 years ago, she was like 80 something. She didn't look 80 something. So on my mother's side, it was like the family tree was a lot simpler. Because everyone like they either had like 2 kids or fewer, kind of, or like a couple of my uncles didn't have kids. So but the thing was, I was raised by my like the grandma from my mother's side, and she really took care of me when I was like
気に入らないもの
when I
は
was
捨てちゃえばいい
really
の
like when I was like really weak and sick. She really took care of me, and she actually decided to come to Canada with us, uh, basically just because of me. Like obviously she didn't have to do that, and she doesn't understand any coming over was I would say pretty lonely. Like it was. And then eventually she suffered a stroke, and then eventually had to go to the nursing. Passed away about 10 years ago when she was like I think around 85 or so. But like what she did was absolutely incredible.
I can't fall asleep,
Sorry, I'm sorry.
脳天二度と私を怒らせないで
Some days it just happens to be like that. Sometimes you get into certain topics, and then like it's just a good time to just when I remember these. Like my mother looks a bit older because she conquered breast cancer. Otherwise, she would look like really young as well. It's just like I would say extreme Asian genes. Like if I go, like you can ask Lady Cream. She took a picture of me. Sometimes I go to the liquor store and I still ask the ID. So yeah, so I have these Asian extreme Asian genes as well.
ほんとしつこいわね。
And then on my father's side, that's complicated. So that is an extremely large family tree. With also like for myself, one of the top 10 Chinese last names. We're talking about like just the immediate like not really immediate, but like within the family tree, for example. We're talking about like, for example, the Asia CEO of Chanel, for example, or some like CEO of some Taiwan company that's really large. So we have like connections like that. Or like professor of music at like a prestigious university, for example. Like the my father's side, the family tree is extremely large. Like my great grandmother, she passed away a couple of years ago at the age of 101 or maybe 102. They didn't. They didn't have an accurate. But she was definitely like more than 100. But like how much more than 100, we're not sure. And she probably lost count of how many grandkids and grandkids she has. Like she was as a family, we escaped like as my dad, like she had she had maybe 7 or 8 kids. Like my like and then they escaped like from like in from China, like in the 60s or so. Like they had to like it was Chairman Mao, right? And definitely huge problems at that time. Like people that were anywhere close to Hong Kong tried to get to Hong Kong, and they successfully did that. And then obviously like life was tough at the beginning, but like as Hong Kong developed, they also the family tree and the family got a lot better. Like the amount of assets, we were never like an actual like super rich or any or super powerful, but like the family tree is definitely significant. Like my father like was a pretty successful businessman. Like at that time, like he had a factory in China, and he had like 3,000, 4,000 people under like doing manufacturing for toys. So like they were like when we myself and my sister visited, he had a showroom of like all the like a lot of different toys that he developed, which was like using different plastics and just like using like being colorful and fun and stuff like that. So yeah, like and also like different gadgets. And then when I graduated, at that time, like he was thinking maybe I was gonna take over the company, but number one, I don't have interest in that, and number two is like it was already like in the 2000s when China was already like starting to move away from manufacturing. So it was not at that time not as favorable to do this kind of thing anymore. Like they were trying to move to like a higher tech, or like they still hire a lot of workers, but they don't want to do like simple like plastic toys and stuff like that anymore. But like back, like the good thing about me as a kid, right, is you go like in like Chinese New Year, right? You're supposed to like go around and get lots of red pockets, right? Say good things and get red pockets of money. And I would get like so much money because our family's tree is huge. Like you would be like dead tired, like going around like saying like lucky like say things to people you don't know, like the third uncle or fourth aunt or whatever. But like you just don't care. You just like say that, and like you would get red pocket. So and the thing about my grandma on my father's side, like obviously she was she lived to more than 100, so like she was really good at taking care of kids. But her cooking was horrible. The funny thing was like her cooking was actually horrible. But like no one said anything about it because like when you cook for like 30 people, that's what happened. That's why I don't like to like go to my father's side, because the cooking, like the food is always horrible. Like my mother's side, like like my mother's side, my grandmother didn't cook that well either, but like at least she cooks what I like to eat, because like the family is like has less people. So she will open like like for example like a can of corn, for example, or like she will just cook what I like to eat, which is obviously better than cooking for what everyone eats. That's a different thing.
気に入らないものは捨てちゃえばいいの。
Or like a lot of times, like because my uncle likes to eat instant noodles, like you can't cook instant noodles bad, right? Like it's really hard to do that. So. 懂你每个梦境，每次清醒，你的场景，和我余生都有关于你。Like my uncle who passed away. He was really interesting. Like he's a really likable guy, but he's really bad at like starting businesses and doing that kind of thing. He just doesn't have the patience for it. Like he would start a business and my guess is he would get bored of it.
ようやく高ぶってきたわ。
And then like he also doesn't know how to like expand businesses because like that's not the ammo. Like he like obviously he doesn't have an MBA. So I mean like he would start a business, for example, like the video game business, and then the environment, like let's say doesn't work anymore. He was like then he started losing money, and then that's it. Or he would start doing like he started like a delivery business at the beginning. It was okay, and then there's no demand for it anymore, and then
二度と私を怒らせないで。
like I would say he didn't really care about money too much, and he also like was he didn't care about himself, his own health too much either. Like his wife was basically as just the same kind of the same as he is. I mean, at that time, like that's how they got together. Like they were basically the same kind of people.
Lol, that reminds me of my uncle when I went back to China.
Yeah. Like overall, like there are people that are like pretty innovative, but like they're really bad at like actually maintaining businesses. They have like good business ideas. And like if you go to Shark Tank, then like you can actually sell your idea, then maybe that's actually the best thing to do. But like obviously at that time that wasn't possible, and you start a business that you are the boss, right? And then like you have to actually do boss things, and then like some people are really really bad at that. So yeah. There are always like people like that, right? Like uncles and whatnot that like keep starting businesses that don't work, and then they start asking like borrow money and stuff like that. It's yeah, I think it happens in every family tree. And then the other thing about family trees is there's always a person, like a kid, who isn't that great in like the academics. So they have to like push a hell lot of resources to that kid. And then like at the end, for whatever reason, like the university don't work out too well, and like you have to ask the family for money kind of thing.
Sushi.
Yeah, damn it. I don't know what to do here actually. I guess I have to throw this. It's not sushi anymore. Like when we talk about like family tree and the power and like of that, right? Just like sometimes it becomes a bit too easy, right? Like because like relation by blood, right? It is very powerful.
Yeah, I'm kinda in that situation, but I kinda am stubborn and refuse my parents' pay for my education.
Hmm. Well, that only happens when you're like if you have the awareness, right? Like you have you're brought up a bit differently, but there are always the like a lot of people take the easy route, right?
相撲バスケでリーチ一発相撲
Holy shit.
ドラ羽根もん
Like I didn't take the easy route either. Like overall, I obviously never thought about taking over my dad's business or anything like that. Considering how naive I was, I'll probably like go to China and then like obviously get scammed and just
気に入らないものは捨てちゃえばいいの
like there are scam artists that that prey on quote unquote smart people. Like you just need a scheme that is logically
ミスでした
reasonable.
か G
And people have done this for hundreds of years. Like it is people for like even like really smart people fall for all kinds of schemes because it has taken them many years to develop.
G ロンもう逃げるチュン
Like for example, like pyramids, right? Like in theory, if you go in and get out at the right times, then you're fine. But like you would be too greedy to do that. Like at some point, it's a sunk cost fallacy.
Lol, am kinda scared of whatever my parents are doing at WeChat since they never touched internet until then.
Yeah, WeChat is a we know it is a control mechanism. Basically nowadays,
So scams can happen without my notice.
yeah, nowadays like basically like for any like Chinese person, right? Like you always ask for and add people's WeChat. And you do this automatically without question. And everyone knows that WeChat is not not secure or safe. But there's nothing else you can use, so therefore you have to use that. Like I have WeChat on my phone as well. Like that's because my wife uses it. And she needs to use it because of the different promotions, blah blah blah, for like let's say the electric toothbrush company, for example.
Lol, I couldn't get my WeChat working during China, so I was stuck.
Oh, okay, then you're fine. I have my WeChat active right now, actually. Without an actual like Chinese citizenship. I don't remember how I did it, but I did it. Yeah. I don't think you're required to have a citizenship, but you're required to have like some kind of like a Chinese address. Which I guess my wife just gave me one, so I guess that's
You need some kind of referral with a card attached.
something like that. I don't remember. I probably threw it wrong. How greedy you are.
You have a wife.
Yeah. You don't know my kid is my kid is 10 years old. I was just talking about my daughter before.
New.
Okay.
China also reuses phone numbers, so I kinda logged into someone else's account.
Maybe.
I thought you were like 24 fifths or something.
I mean, I look, I'm actually not, but I do look, like I have extreme Asian genes, actually. Like, I could pass for 18. I'm actually like 41 now, but I could pass for 18.
I see.
Like, I have my aunt.
Not fair.
My aunt, I remember I saw her, like, the first time I met her was when I was like 4 or 5. Okay. She still basically looked the same today. So, like, that's like 40 years. She still looks kind of the same. It's kind of insane if you think about it, but like it is what it is. Yeah, I'm not reaching because like obviously that loses a position for no reason.
Ryu Kuju.
Like my mother's side,
Reaching for D's nuts.
these nuts. Yeah, my mother's side has we like the entire family has extreme Asian genes. Or like non-aging. That's kind.
Wrath is available for coaching Mahjong Soul. Details here. Link removed.
Basically everyone on my mother's side looks 20 years younger at least. So yeah. Oh, there.
EZ.
Come on. Let's do this again.
Why didn't you Richie that?
No, if we reach it, then we would be 1,000 points short, and then if someone else wins, then we would go under. Like the Ricci, like we immediately lose a position because at that time we were 1,000 points ahead of this guy. But when we reach, we immediately lose a position. So overall, that was not a risk we were willing to take due to the table situation.
Would you have Richie that otherwise?
Yeah, if it was 1,100, then yeah. However, it just happened to be
気に入らないものは捨てちゃえばいいの。
like you really shouldn't reach if like the point situation is exactly like that. Like if you reach and like someone's like that's still very risky though. Like maybe it's still a dama, but like if the point situation is not as close, then that would have been.
リーチ。リーチ。
Oh fuck. Okay. Oh okay.
ズモ。捕
That
まえ
should
た
be
わ
enough.
リーチ。一発。ズモ。ド
Yeah,
ヤ。
that's enough. There. Some good luck today.
なかなか面白い狩りだったわ。さあ、おとなしく展望を渡しなさい。
Yeah, Teiko, you probably came in a bit late. You missed my spiel about my family tree. Yeah, because my family tree is actually really interesting. So yeah. All right, ad break. Be right back.
Yeah, I couldn't fall asleep.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Yo ろしくお願いします。
789S. Okay. So for my back to mahjong for a second. Like for my coaching, my recommendation, like a general like grand strategy is to look at your hand and evaluate how good it is by both speed and value, and then secondarily, what is the plan for the
Wrath, I found that I've not gotten first in 10 games.
That can happen, yeah. Let's see. Like that, isn't that kind of common? That didn't happen so far, but yeah. Like, isn't the average like 2.5?
I mean, I've only gotten fourth once in those 10 games too.
Yeah, so you're kind of in the middle. It's fine. I would say it's actually statistically not unlikely either. Like by Banford's law, I mean, of statistics, it's just it's inevitable. No matter like. Like, you know about like for example, like let's say you have a fair coin, so like heads or tails. So by Banford's law, if you flip the coin 200 times, there must be a string of 6 heads or 6 tails. Like you can try that
last
on.
week I had 7 streak of getting third. I swear I just not push enough or something.
No, that's not it. That's not it. That's just straight up Banford's law. That's how randomness and RNG works. Actually. Like you could try that on in random.org. Let's say you want, like, assuming that your results are random. So you go to random.org, you give it 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you let it run. Let's say let's say you give it a x equals 500, and then you look at see how many streaks there are. You will find there are a lot of streaks. Streaks are a lot more common than, like, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like RNG doesn't work that way. Do I do that? It's not worth it. 你将脸去两一身上，我不受不了这样。Like for example, like you know that it's gambler fallacy. Let's say you at a casino, and then you look at the like you're at a roulette table, and then you see that it was red. Okay, then you would think like gambler's fallacy would say that it like the next one might be black, right? Or like you see a streak of red, and then you think the next one should be that's gambler's fallacy. My recommendation is if you see a streak of red, you go with red. If you see a streak of black, you go with black. That's more towards the Banford's law idea.
この状況では必要ない。
I mean, its cause each spin is an individual event, or whatever it's called.
Right.
Independent event.
That part, but like it is more often
そろそろ終わりが見えてきた。
like the important thing to understand is it is more likely to have you're more likely to have streaks than like let's say a common pattern of like let's say red black red black red black red black that almost never happens because that's a predictable pattern, and RNGs should not overall should not have predictable pattern. It doesn't mean you lead to anything predictive. It's just you want to avoid doing expecting like short-term corrections. That because that's overall not how RNG works.
I mean, the chances of red black is the same as getting red red, no?
Yeah, but there are more possibilities of streaks.
1 in 16 or something.
No, red black or black red black, but like it's like black black red, or like there's so many more possibilities of like streaks versus like a common like your expected pattern. It's so prominent that like if that is used as a tool to look into cheating or like look into unfair RNGs, because like if you try to rig your RNG, then you would see more red blacks, and that is a that would fail the RNG test. Because like the human mind is notoriously bad at doing anything random. So if you try to rig RNG, it's actually overall pretty easy to find out. Because like if you try to rig it at some point, like your like you would not be able to avoid some kind of like a human intervention, which would lead to a non-random result. And this is as Banford's law is used for detecting fraud, for example. I think I just this way just. Because let's say someone tries to like manipulate the books. Like there's gonna be patterns in non-randomness that would happen. and that's how a lot, like in some cases, using the using probability and statistics to detect fraud.
Stats are weird.
Absolutely. Like I know stats are weird by the immediate like for example the birthday paradox or the Monty Python simulation. Or how you use factorials to calculate the pick and choose. Like that was immediately obvious like back in high school when I first learned it.
Visit Wrath_sys Ko-Fi page at link remove.
I'll talk about statistics. So in my high school, in my statistics class, I was supposed to get 102, but he only gave me 98, and I was pissed. Like he had to say I did like one question wrong or something like that.
OMG, I was expecting or in maths, but cause of mechanics got B. Still upset about that. Statistics is fun. I use it a lot in data science.
Yeah. Statistics, like obviously programming in R or like using the like TI-80 is it 83 or something? Like those graphing calculators, but nowadays like using Wolfram, right? Oh, did you see my video? Did you see the video about the like the integration MIT integration
I never liked statistics, but always preferred algebra.
Did you see the integration championship at MIT?
Oh yeah, I saw the question.
Yeah, some of the questions are good. Yeah.
My first though was to use trig substitution.
Yeah, trig substitution or like a lot of it's by substitution for sure. Otherwise, you can't even like a lot of them like you have to do substitution in some way. Otherwise, it's just like you have to figure out what the substitute, which one to substitute, like which one to pick, right? It's a toolbox that you have to pick your tools. Huh. I think I just no. I do. have.
この状況では必要ない。
This is too thin. Like the 9's already dead. We can't be that. This is already blocked.
At Takeo 54, linear algebra is the best D.
リーチ
偏偏雨渐渐待到我看你不见，有多久？
そろそろ終わりが見えてきたかな。
你身边。Like you guys know, I have a
リーチにゃ
I have a major in astrophysics, so we don't have to do any derivatives or calculus on that. Like my calculus just suck, right? For me, that's like quote unquote non-math. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. Like my calculus suck. Everything else I'm great at.
Lol, I like calculus. That stuff is interesting.
It is interesting, but when you actually do it, it doesn't. I can't do it. I'm not saying it's not interesting. It's very very interesting, and the theory is very deep and very interesting. It's just I can't. It doesn't. When I actually do it, it doesn't make that much sense. So I can't do it.
ポン
Ah,
Like I understand the theory until you actually have to integrate something. In that case, it's
it was
just
my favorite bit, but I forgot most of it.
yeah. That's then that's the like, or I take some derivative or
Haven't
do
done maths in so long.
or like do it by parts or do it by substitution or what that like that's just for me tedious. That for me is the same as coding. Like I'm interested until I actually have to do it, then I'm not interested anymore.
Yeah, there's an algorithm to go through the list.
Yeah. Like for me that's like way too tedious and whatnot. Like I don't feel like doing it. Like it's all interesting until you actually have to do it. Unlike astrophysics, which like it is actually interesting. Like even if you try to do it, it's still very interesting because the math itself isn't that difficult.
ポン
Like for example, calculating the critical mass for example like
9. I have a rather aggressive playstyle with a lot
like
of
how-
Gucci's
how-
and a win
how
rate
much
of around
mass
24% on 10
does
rounds.
a
To support this win rate, my deal in rate is link.
star have to form a black hole versus a like a brown dwarf, for example, or like how much time is a star within
Nightbot's message was too long.
the main sequence, or like an estimate of the probability of having extraterrestrial life, or the Drake equation, or the there's so many different
Wrath is available for coaching Mahjong Soul. Details here. Link removed.
actual interesting theoretical things in there. There we go, finally.
ロンチュン本一
Or like using a spectroscopy to and understand a like a binary star, or how their lights what their light spectrum means in general. Like a heck of a lot of interesting topics, and which is why I did it. It was really interesting, and a good use of theoretical and applied maths, in my opinion.
That's fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. Also, there was a like, for example, there was a class, like there was a, like, obviously you could take quantum physics, for example, but I only took that class, like I went to that class once, and then I dropped it immediately. Like the math was crazy. Like it didn't make any sense to me. I dropped it like after one class. That was one of the most highly anticipated, in my opinion. I really wanted to go, but I went there for one class and I dropped it.
Yeah, the math for physics looks really funky.
Like the math for physics, for example, for I took a class for thermal physics. So we're talking about the laws of thermodynamics and entropy, right? Which was also extremely interesting. Like talking about why there's a why the law of entropy prevents the like any perpetual motion machines, for example. Like you actually doing the math on that is very interesting. Like overall thermodynamics, the second law of thermodynamics is the amount of entropy always increases, or like in other words, you can't get something out of nothing. Like you can never get free energy, and the amount of disorder in the universe will always increase.
Ah, I sort of remember it.
Yeah, it's a very high level theory, but it's very interesting.
Is it true that the hardest bit about creating a perpetual machine is finding where to hide the battery?
True. Or you can use a like from Isaac Asimov, right? The electron pump. Like it's either where to hide the battery, or where you can hijack the energy from like a different dimension, for example. But at the end, the amount of like the amount of entropy will still increase.
We can use whatever Futurama used and use the Earth's spin to generate infinite energy.
Right. That would just make the Earth spin slower, and eventually we will die from that. Pawn, I guess.
Pawn.
Then we do this. Like the law of thermodynamics is incredibly interesting.
Wait, I didn't know I was supposed to be modding for the last 2 hours, Kappa.
You were? I didn't know you were here. I thought you were supposed to like vouch for my Asian genes
When is opening hand like this with little value worth it?
when it's fast, but now it's not fast anymore. Like, do I look 40? Like, I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying about my like
Raph,
my,
very Asian. Inside and out kappa.
yeah. I just talk about my like the Asian genes in
I don't
terms
know
of
how to answer that.
yeah. I'm just saying that like from my mother's side, everyone looks really young.
I never seen Raph IRL, so I DK how to answer.
Like for example, my aunt, from my mother's side, like I remember like I met her first when I was like 4 or 5, right? And now like as of today, she still looks kind of the same. Obviously, there's a little bit of aging, but she'll still look kind of the same. Like the thing is about like you're Asian too, so you wouldn't know, but like for example, like I go to like my daughter is in primary school, right? So like there's not like obviously like I don't know, like bingo night or like some like fun fair or whatnot, right? So you get to see other parents that are in their like 40s and 50s.
Bum.
And overall, like just kind of like that doesn't look. I look like some. I don't look like that, and I really don't look like that. I belong.
Gee.
Like the school that my daughter goes to is like basically a really rich school. So you see like a lot of like pretty successful people, but they like a lot of them look pretty old. You look they look like what you expect from like let's say a non-tech like director, like that kind of thing. And then my wife
I
like
got mistaken a lot for a student when I started my first job.
right, yeah, I can see that. You definitely have Asian genes, right? I mean, like, what can you say, right? Like, you wouldn't know it because, like, you're too used to it. Like, for example, I go to LCBO and sometimes I still get asked for ID. And I show them their ID and, like, they kind of roll their eyes, kind of thing. Like, I'm thinking, like, my daughter will be able to drink, and then I still be
ID
asked.
checked at a restaurant once, and the waitress was a bit surprised she was older. KEKW. That I was older.
Yeah. Yeah. Duh. Yeah. Like, I guess Lady Cream is not a good Because she has
ちょっ
Asian
ともっ
genes.
たいない。
Yeah, I forgot about that part. Yeah. She definitely has Asian genes.
I'm also paler than whale KEKW.
mm. Mm. Well, I mean, Whale just looks like a nerd. I don't know how old or young he looks, but he just looks like a nerd.
Of.
That's ageless in some ways.
So like Moby Dick.
Overall, like I think like because like at least my impression of Whale, right? I don't remember him like I don't remember exactly how he looks. I remember he has like kind of round glasses, which is kind of like dirty kind of look.
この状況では必要ない。ポン。
I also remember the first time I met Whale. So it was like someone else, right? It's like, hey, that's Raph. And it's like, oh, okay. It was pretty awkward.
I stood next to Whale for a whole day until he realized who I was Kappa.
Like I'm really bad at with names.
Nightbot's message was too long.
But he seems to be like bad against like faces or he can't I have to do. Oh, come on. Well, Whale is definitely something else. Come on. Okay, good. Okay, good. Holy shit.
ツモドラ
4 mana would die so badly. Okay, good. Like 147, right? So like Suji, but okay. So today I still remember your mahjong outfit, and I'm really still really impressed by that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wore a mahjong outfit yesterday for mahjong and I shambode. I'm burning it.
Well, Chombo is part of
Bad luck.
mahjong, right? Like, it's fine. Like some luck sack Chomboed and still won, right? Remember that?
One waifu. Siri. Just giving the table an edge. They're so skillful the negative looped around into infinity flow.
Yeah.
Reverse curse technique kappa.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 还想不想逃，我的大脑为了你而跑道，但这心跳秒也不重要。当转的一张也都要忘。嗯。
いけなんラブなんドラドラ
Okay. We'll talk about Asian genes, right? I remember I was playing poker, right? And then someone was talking about their someone that's like that looks like so much older than I am. Was talking about their kid, right? And how they're having like a lot of trouble with math and like failing math and like it's like how do you fail like failing math in like primary school kind of thing. And I was like, I didn't want to say anything because like my daughter, right? It's like obviously Asians, like definitely acing math, right? Like my daughter got A minus in math, and like I think like the house was about to flip over. Like my wife was so pissed, like she got A minus and not like A.
We call that skill issue kappa.
Like I didn't want to say anything because like I look really young and that would really burn. Because that the other person is like, oh,
The minus is a personal grudge.
I think I'd have to do this. Can I just do this? Okay, good. I know, right? Like the funny thing is sometimes you know like all the material, but you still get A minus because for whatever reason. Like it will be tough for my daughter because my wife is used to get A plus plus plus. Like she's the one, she's basically the one that's like you see in the newspaper because she got 99.9 something.
You get FKED by the curve. Pepe laugh.
Her average is like 99.9 something. Like she's the highest like in Toronto for that year. So basically whatever my daughter does will not be as impressive. And I don't think we care about that either. It's like she's incredibly smart. That's all that is. That's all that's important. So.
誰かこれいる？いらない？
But she's kind of like picking up my tendencies, which is like not really trying too hard or for anything. Like while my wife actually tries, and that's why she gets like 99.9 something. That's the reason. Like for me, I don't care. Like pretty early on, I don't care about this kind of thing. Like I remember, like I was like maybe 6 or 7 years old, right? My mother asked me whether I want to learn piano. I was like, hell no. So I didn't. That's great. Like that couldn't have ended like that couldn't have went much worse if I started learning piano.
脳天。これでいい。
Like I was a child prodigy.
I was pretty
right?
dumb as a kid, so I'm used to having the lowest grade in the class.
Like I also have child prodigy, so I had enough self-awareness to know that like the like all this hard work for no particular reason wasn't gonna be good. I mean, like, no, I think the more important thing is that like you had fun. I don't know whether you had fun or not. Like that was for my childhood, and when I got to Canada, I had a lot of fun.
I think I was smart for like my first year of school, and it's all downhill from there.
I don't know.
I just played MapleStory for like 12 hours D.
Oh shit. Good day. Nothing I can do about that. Holy shit. Huh. Oh, that's a...
天下無双にゃ
Uh-oh.
So there goes my goods. Alright. Well. It's obviously really late. I'm gonna call it a night.
Time to quit.
Yeah, time to quit. Time to cash out.
Night.
Alright, good night. Take care. See you guys.